All right, BJ, welcome back
It's good to be back, man.
to Medicine Stone. This is your third year.
Second year.
Second year?
Second year. Yeah, last year was our first.
Oh, you were supposed to be at
Supposed
the
to be
2014.
Rub it in. We were.
You took a pretty good national tour, though.
Yeah, we
in
went on
exchange.
tour with Justin Towns Earl, so we had to bow out of the second annual Medicine Stone, but we have vowed to make it here every year that we get invited from now on. So this is our second straight year.
It's 2 years in a row you haven't let us down, BJ.
Oh, I know, right? It's the Turnpike guys will never let me forget the fact that we had to cancel that 1 year.
Well, hey, man, you guys have a lot going on. Not only you, but your whole band, involving the band, but also, like, outside of the band. Because, and correct me if I'm wrong, back in the bad old days, you know, times off were spent recuperating or keeping the party going. Now it's like you're married. Bill's quickly becoming the strongest man in both the Carolinas.
Yeah.
You know,
Everybody has something to keep their time at home occupied. It used to be if we were home, it just meant we were drinking at home.
Yeah.
Instead of drinking on the road. And now it's a lot of us, I guess, have taken a more healthy alternative to being home. Kevin rides
Cycles.
his bicycle. He's a long distance cyclist. Bill lifts weights. Me and Whit
And
Colin,
cars.
and cars. Me, Whit, and Colin run a lot. Just getting older, realizing that lifestyle wasn't exactly sustainable. Some people drink on Fridays and Saturdays and, you know, have a good time, but that wasn't us. You know, we were drinking every single night. We all had a problem. So everybody's cut back. I've got completely sober, and the rest of the boys have really cut back. So it's 30's looking good on everybody.
Okay, good, man. Well, what do we have? I know Wolves came out last year, and incredible album, by the way.
Thanks, man. We were really proud of that one.
It was, you know, Burn, Flicker, Die was such a rocker. You know, you kind of think, well, where do you go from here? Well, you know, Wolves was the next logical step, I think, for you guys.
Yeah, Wolves definitely took a turn from, hey, they're a really good bar band, to, hey, they're a really good band.
Yeah.
Wolves was what kind of broke us onto the national scene. You know, Rolling Stone, Wall Street Journal, Entertainment Weekly, all
Red
wrote
Dirt Nation put it in the... We said some nice things.
They all said some really nice things, and it was the first record that really got a lot of press for us.
Yeah.
And you know,
well, that seemed to be like everything leading up to that was that like this is going to be our record that just smashes everything, because Burn, Flicker, Die was like the do or die album.
Yeah,
and you didn't die.
Burn, Flicker, Die was the you know, eat or be eaten record, and we got through it, and we made Wolves, and to this day it's our most successful record. And then we're starting to work on our next record.
I was getting ready to ask.
In
what's going on?
In the fall, we start recording a soon-to-be-titled 27th millionth record.
You got a producer in line?
We're doing it ourselves, I think, this time.
Awesome.
We're recording it ourselves, and we're producing it ourselves. So,
are you using Whit and Ryan's studio?
Whit and Ryan have really came to their own the last couple of years. They own Silkworm Sound in Durham, North Carolina. They've been doing a lot of records, and we're just really stoked to have people in the band that can kind of function. We've always been a very self-sustaining band, and to have two people that can produce, mix, master, fully record a record only makes us that much more sustainable. So.
And it saves money, too.
That works because now you don't have as much outside influence trying to push the album in one direction or another.
Well, we've never had that. That's the good thing about working with people you respect, is that nobody's pushing. It's they're just making suggestions. Jason Isbell did not push us in any direction, but he definitely helped facilitate what was already there. Brad Cook with Wolves, same way. As long as you go into the studio with somebody that respects you, and they respect what you do, and you respect what they do, I think it's a pretty symbiotic relationship. For us, we've got it down. We're a 6-piece band, and it's very democratic. A lot of people think this is BJ's vision. The songs themselves are my vision. The final product you hear are a collaborative effort between 6 people, and it's kind of neat to watch those songs because they literally have to pass through 6 different filters before anybody else hears them. Yeah. And so we all have to sign off on them. So we'll record, and if 5 people are happy and 1 person's not, we go back and change it enough until that 6th person's happy and everybody else is happy. So I can truly say that it's a democratic, collaborative process, and that's a neat thing to be able to say because I've heard horror stories of bands making records where one person feels like they have more of a right to do it than anybody else. So.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, we're going from the group to the individual. Rockingham.
Yeah.
Been out for just a little while now.
It's been out a little over a month now.
What's the feeling of being in a group for so long and you have all these albums to having your first solo album? I mean, what's the feeling like of having that and touring with that? You were doing some stuff with the old 97s.
Yeah, I did some stuff with the old 97s. I did some stuff with Hayes Carl. Again, just working with people you care about, working with people you respect. It wasn't that weird to make a solo record. If you're a songwriter, it was inevitable. I write a lot of songs, and American Aquarium is not going to put out every song that I write. American Aquarium is quickly becoming a very specific thing for all of us. And Rockingham was a very personal record for me. It's a very introspective record about a town that I grew up in. It's a very specific time and place record. So
who's that on the album cover, by the way?
That's my mom and my dad.
Kind of figured
that was their second date back in 1976.
I dig the car. Cool. I dig the car. By
68
the way,
Dodge Dart.
I think it's so cool. That's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, that's a cool car.
Yeah, it was my dad sold that car when they had me. So I'm the reason my dad didn't have that car anymore. Still a picture of it sitting up on the refrigerator. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's cool.
My dad never reminds me that I'm the killer of his hopes and dreams.
The picture sits right in front of your picture.
Oh, for sure. It's right beside like a school picture of mine. He's like, well, you replace that, son. I hope you're happy.
Yeah. I used to have a really nice car, and then we welcomed BJ into the world.
And then Labor Day weekend 1983 in Myrtle Beach happened, and he had to sell it.
Bye-bye car. Hey, I know you guys just got here just a little while ago, but I'm sure you've noticed there's a lot more cars in the parking lot this year.
It's from what I hear, it's a much bigger festival than it was last year, and last year was a much bigger festival than it was the year prior. That's what these things are supposed to be. Mm-hmm. These organic growths. This isn't Bonnaroo. This isn't Coachella. This is something that the way people hear about it is because their friend came, loved it, took pictures, Snapchatted it, whatever, and the next year they were like, you have to be here.
Yeah.
This year rolls around. The same people are coming back. They're just bringing friends.
Yeah.
More people are hearing about it. More people, and it doesn't hurt that the bands are getting bigger. We've gotten a lot bigger since last year.
Lineup, so
Turnpike got a lot bigger since last year. Every one of these bands.
And you got mainstays like Reckless Kelly and those guys that have been around killing it for years.
Reckless
so you
and
throw them in the
Mickey
mix.
and
Billy Joe Shaver's gonna be.
Yeah, it's turning into like this really, really, really great thing, and we're just honored to keep getting the invite every year. It's a fun thing.
You're a national touring band. East Coast, West Coast, Oklahoma, Texas, that whole thing. What stands out about this festival than maybe some of the other ones that you've played a few times or once, or you know what I mean? Because I know I look at your tour schedule. It's especially during the summer. It's something festival or blah 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 music days at the blah blah blah.
Yeah, we're fortunate. We don't really get pigeonholed just in Texas or just in Red Dirt. We kind of get to travel around the country, and we get to play Americana festivals and rock and roll festivals, and not just kind of the Texas stuff. But our favorite thing about coming to Texas and Oklahoma and playing these festivals is, one, it's friends. I know every single person on this bill. I have every single person's phone number on this bill. We hang out, we talk, and so this is kind of like the family reunion every year. These Texas festivals are, Chalice, Idaho for the Braun Brothers with Reckless and Mickey. Same way, it's one part festival, one part, oh my God, I can't wait to sit down for 3 days and just hang out and catch up and talk about life. That's the fun thing is Turnpike's, if we have family in the music business, Turnpike is our brothers. They're the closest thing we have to family in this really, really sordid business. And so, of course, when they throw a festival, we want to be here for it. We want to be here and watch them grow. And lucky for us, they keep inviting us back and having us on shows. And
well, you keep moving up on the bill. That's like you play later and later. Now you're right before Turnpike tonight.
Yeah, that's a neat thing, and we're really honored that they put us on right before them because they can put a lot of folks.
Because you don't suck.
Man,
it's because you don't suck.
We try our best.
Let's have the worst band here play right before one of the best bands. That makes no sense.
We try not to suck every night. That's kind of the first rule of thumb. Is like, hey guys, let's go out here and do good. Like, don't suck.
It's kind of like the Notre Dame thing, playing like a champion. They slap that. You guys slap the don't.
We slapped
the
sign. Don't suck tonight sign as we crawl out of the van.
Well, it probably helps that you've traded in your Jaeger bottles for mineral. water.
Yeah,
or
I drink.
sparkling water.
I'm the
whatever
most hydrated human being ever.
What?
I drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
Drink a lot of coffee, which kind of cancels the water out. But life's good. You never heard anybody say, you know, man, I got sober and everything went to hell. You know, it's always a positive reaction when you stop drinking and 2 years sober and loving life, man.
Yeah.
Really appreciating all the opportunities.
Congratulations on that, because it's a tough business to be straight edge in. You know.
Oh yeah, it's like
You always got people off putting, hey man, let's go get a shot. You're like, I can't do it, man.
Luckily,
Sorry.
our fans are on board. They respect it. Nobody offers beers or. It's funny because when I'm hanging out with them at the shows, they ask me if it's okay if they drink in front of me, and I'm like, of course it is. It's like, I want you guys to have a good time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm having a good time, I promise. Like, you're not. You know, a lot of people assume that, oh man, you're sober, it must suck, and it's like, nope, I'm really having a good time. But yeah, our fans have been really respectful, and a lot of the bands, the first couple months, they ribbed me a little bit, you know. So we'll see how long this
Well, they
lasts.
get tired of being jerks after a while.
And then after a while, they saw how much it meant to me, and they've been really great to me. And a lot of bands from Texas, when they come through North Carolina, they'll bring me a case of Topo Chico, and it means a lot to
Let's
me.
throw back a 6-pack of O'Douls real quick.
Yeah, it's
You and Brad Rice could do that.
man, it's you know, whatever makes you happy. And some people are happy when they're hammered, and I'm happy when I'm completely relishing in the moments that I'm given. You
No
know,
one's happy the day after they were hammered.
exactly.
Ever.
You're always happy when you're drinking. It's always that day after.
It's only if you don't. It's only if you stop drinking, Jimmy.
Yeah,
So those.
it's a funny thing. It's Jason Isbell told me when he first got sober, and I find it to be very, very true. If you were to never drink in your entire life and you woke up with the symptoms of a hangover, you would immediately rush yourself to a hospital and think that you
That's
were
a good
dying.
That's a very
But
good
somehow
point.
everybody that drinks justifies it. Oh man, I had too much last night. That's your body's way of telling you, like,
Yeah.
you did something wrong.
This
you
is
know,
not normal.
when it feels like
You're-
you're dying, that's not a good thing. But I'm happy to say, you know, I've been almost 800 days without a hangover. That's a glorious, glorious feeling.
I can maybe say 800 minutes without a hangover.
Solid.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere,
Yeah.
man. You got to start somewhere.
Well, hey, man, we're going to let you go. Can't wait to watch your set tonight, man.
Thanks for having me in,
Check them
man.
out on their website. And also check out BJ's solo record, Rockingham, with a really cool car on the front of it.
Yeah, it's a
man.
pretty
Great.
fun car. Yeah.
All right.